Welcome to Standard Chartered Money Insights, a podcast series by Standard Chartered Bank that brings you market views and insights on the go.
Welcome to Cut to the Chase. Today is Wednesday, the 22nd of October. I'm Daniel Lam, your host for the podcast. Last week, we spoke about how China had timed their move in restricting rare earth exports. They sense the impossible trinity that Trump is facing, i.e. issuing counter threats of raising tariffs on China, soothing the slowing US economy, and having the Fed to cut rates without fear of the return of inflation. Versus back earlier this year at the Liberation Day, when the US economy was running stronger, when Trump could push the envelope more. Not now, not this time. In this low hiring and low firing US job market, the probability of one finding another job within 3 months of leaving the previous one has gone down to 45% from the previous mid-50s just about 1 year ago. Now the risk for any US counter moves in raising the tariffs is heightening risk of stagflation, i.e. further weakening growth, while there will be threats of resurfacing inflation, and that can potentially tie the hands of the Fed. China seems to be quite well prepared to fight this protracted trade war with the US. It has been diversifying its exports since Trump 1.0. China's share of the world exports has been climbing steadily over the last 10 years, but at the same time, China's share in US imports had dropped to less than 10% from just over 20%. The US has the leverage over China, coming from the fact that the US makes over 70% of high-end advanced semiconductor products. However, on that front, China had been making heavy inroads in upping their technology. Jensen Huang, CEO of NVIDIA, did acknowledge that China is very close behind the US in the AI race. In the meantime, China has been leveraging its dominance on the rare earth front. China holds 50% of the global rare earth reserve, 70% of its production, and over 90% of the refined production. The rare earth is really a necessity for the modern lifestyle. Just to name a few areas of what it is needed for. First of all, electronics, such as semiconductors, rechargeable batteries, screens for TV, computer, and smartphones. It is key for electric vehicles, making permanent magnets in sensors and steering system. It is important for medical devices, such as laser, medical imaging, and diagnostic machines, for example, the MRI. Lastly, it is needed for defense, such as making guidance systems, navigation, and night vision goggles. So, similar to China, upping its effort in developing technology and diversifying the destination of its exports, the US is trying to obtain rare earth from other areas. But it is not possible to replace China's role in the supply of rare earth in the near term. So all in all, we believe we will see a compromise solution between the US and China in this truce out of convenience, while both sides will continue to neutralize the leverage the other side has on them. That is all from me for today. As always, if you enjoy this podcast, please don't forget to rate and like it. Thanks for listening, and we wish you a happy day ahead.
Thank you for listening to Standard Chartered Money Insights, a podcast series by Standard Chartered Bank. For more details, visit Market Views on the Go on our website or click the link in the description.